Hi guys! Today is going to be a video about my hair. Surprise, surprise. Now you can't really tell, well you can tell in this light, but for some reason my lights make this look really like blue. Yeah, my lights make it look way more blue than it really is, but I moved over in this way because there are like progression pictures of my hair that I'm going to put over here. But my hair is like a silver gray lavender color, and I had posted pictures on Instagram, especially this one right here, and I had gotten a lot of comments on Twitter and Instagram on how I did it, and I was already planning on doing this video to begin with just because I get a ton of questions when I do my hair, and I haven't done a gray lavender, like actual how I did it tutorial since I went gray and lavender 2.5 years ago, and I wanted to kind of do an updated version of how I did my hair, not facing downward on the table, show you guys all the products. I've had my hair like this for a little bit now, so I can kind of give you a little bit of, you know, how stuff works and what works for me. I do have my lavender hair color that I did make. The link to how I make that is listed below. There are a little bit tweaks in it, and I will reference that later on in the video. But I am just going to get started. Now, before I did my hair this color, it was a pretty purpley violet color. If you guys don't know, it was in the videos prior to this one, and it looked like this. And my hair was already lightened, not like blonde, but it was pretty much lightened underneath, because to get that purple color, you do have to lighten your hair. Now, my hair wasn't platinum, like completely blonde, because it was such a dark purple. I kind of got it to like a peachy-ish color to get it to be my hair color that it was then. So that it wasn't like completely blonde. That being said, when I wanted to get rid of the color, I did a video here on how to change your hair color or get rid of hair color to do it another color without bleach, and I will link that down below. You can do that method, but I did another method because the color remover that I normally use was completely out at Sally's. The color Oops was completely out at my work, and I went to Walmart and the color Oops was out also. So I really hope they're not discontinuing it. But the color Zap that I usually use at Sally's was out, and the color Oops was out at both places. So I didn't have time to go anywhere else, so I resorted to my backup plan. And my backup plan is a bleach cap or a bleach rinse. It depends on where you look it up. It can be called both a bleach cap, a bleach rinse, whatever it is. What it essentially is a rinse on your hair that isn't as harmful as putting bleach on your hair, and it will lift the color from your hair without leaving it as damaged as if you put bleach on your hair. There's different recipes to it. I like doing it my own way. Some people like doing it one way. I've done it before. I know it works for my hair. That being said, before I go any further, I'm just going to tell you guys I am not a professional. I only know what works for my hair, and if you're going to leave negative comments saying I'm not doing something right, then you can just turn your little butt around and stop watching this video. I don't put up with that crap, because I do what works for my hair, and you guys are watching this video because you clearly either like the color of my hair or you want to do it to your hair too. This might not work for you. I watch videos about how people do this to their hair. How I spend my time watching how people do their hair teal, even though I don't have teal hair, because one day I might want to. Just to get kind of tips and tricks. You know, you're never done learning about how to do stuff like that. I've been doing my own hair since I was 13 years old. I am 26, going to be 27 now. And I've pretty much have a lot of experience with dyeing my own hair. So, that being said, I've done this a bunch of times on myself and on friends before, so I kind of developed my own way of doing things. I've watched videos and seen how other people do it, tried it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Some things that work on my hair may not work on yours, but I hope this is very helpful. That being out of the way, I'm going to tell you guys how I do my bleach bath. So, normally how most people do bleach baths, or bleach caps, however you want to call it, is 1 part bleach, and I literally have the cheapest brand from Sally's right now because my Sally's was moving locations about a month and a half ago, and I really needed bleach, and they were in the process of moving locations, and they didn't have everything in stock because I guess they weren't ordering it because they were moving like across the way. across town, across the area they weren't going to be in anymore. So they literally had this. It's not the best bleach, but it gets the job done. They had this in big containers, and then they had like packets of some other kind that I really didn't like, so I just got this. It's whatever. I usually use the L'Oreal Quick Blue for sensitive scalp. It's something that you can put on your scalp, and yeah, that's normally what I use, but this is what I had. It's not the best. It's whatever. It's kind of like the cheapest, unless you get the Ion brand. It's like the cheapest kind from Sally's. But what you normally do is you do 1 part bleach to 1 part developer. Usually I do like 20 or 30 with a bleach cap, and then 1 part shampoo. So how I do it is a little bit different. And when I say parts, is the bleach comes with a scoop, but normally I usually do like 1 ounce developer to 1 ounce shampoo to 1 ounce bleach. But I noticed that when my hair is already pre-lightened and I just want to get like this color out of my hair, or the purple that was prior, I can get away with doing 1 part bleach, or like 1.5 parts bleach to like 1 part I'm saying that wrong. I put more shampoo than I do developer, and it works just fine. It's just less damaging to your hair, but it, you know, it goes all over my head more. That's what I'm trying to say. So I usually do like 1.5 parts shampoo to 1 part bleach to 1 part developer, or so on. Whatever. Half part, yeah. But if you want to do it the way everyone else says to do it, you do 1 part bleach to 1 part developer to 1 part shampoo. And you mix all that up in a container, and you just kind of put it all through your hair. I don't rub it on my roots. I had done my roots prior to doing this to my hair. This was after I did my roots. And it lifted most of the purple from my hair. And it kind of lifted and lightened my hair also. And underneath the purple was, this is hair extensions now, was a color that was roughly this shade. It's really frizzy because I had to wash it because of what I did on the bottom. But it was roughly like a little bit more orange than that. Okay, so once I took everything out of my hair, that's kind of what it looked like. It was a little orangey. I couldn't slap the stuff on it yet, but the purple was gone. And what was really cool is I didn't concentrate it completely on my tips. So my tips were a little bit lavender to begin with because okay. So what I did was I didn't really concentrate it on my tips because my tips were like, I didn't want to damage them, but when I rinsed it all out of my hair, my tips were slightly lavender. They weren't like completely lavender, but they were a little bit lavender. So I was happy with that. All the purple was completely out of my hair. This video is going to be really long. And yeah, so that's what I did to remove the purple from my hair. Now, before I go any further, you guys are going to hear all of these steps and be like, why did you do all this crap to get your hair one color? And I will explain why. Like I said, my hair was like really frizzy extensioned, this color, blonde. It still had a little bit of yellow tones in it, maybe a little bit more yellowy than this. So I had to tone it. Now, the reason why I had to tone it was because I wanted to go lavender and gray and silver, and that wouldn't really show up on the brassy hair. It wouldn't really take to it unless it was toned. And when it fades, if I use the toner that I'm going to show you guys, it will fade to like a nice silver color. It won't fade to like a muddy greeny color. So I toned my hair using the Wella Color Charm Toner, and this is in the color T18 Lightest Ash Blonde, and it's in a container like that. And you use this with 20 developer, and you do 1 part this with 2 parts developer. It says it right on the box. And you want to do this on damp hair and let it set in your hair. I literally, because I didn't really care for toning my hair silver, because that's kind of what I was going for anyways, If you don't want it to turn silver, then you watch it. But I put it in one of these bottles because it has the little tilted top, and it gets really good in the back of the hair, and I just kind of doused my hair on it, and I concentrated it really on the roots because I wanted the roots to be pretty toned, because that was probably the most, like, yellowy part of my blonde hair. So I did that. Now, before I did all of this, I don't have the hair extensions with me. I had a pair of hair extensions like this that I did sample test on, so I could see how it would look on a toned piece with the mixture on top of it and with what I'm going to do on it, so I could see what would look good and what would work on my hair. That's my little tip to you guys. You can do it on a strand of your hair, or you can do it on extensions. So once I toned my hair, it was this, like, I don't actually have a picture of it. It was still kind of brassy. It wasn't completely perfect, like the back of my hair isn't completely perfect, but it was still kind of brassy. But it was a good start, basically. So then I wanted to add my lavender to it. It was kind of like a silvery kind of gray, and I did my lavender mix. Now my lavender mix is this bad boy right here. And if you haven't seen my video on how I make lavender hair dye, click below. It's the exact same thing, except I changed it a little bit. I had ran out of my Pravana silver, so I had used up my Color Icons Brilliant Sprites in lavender. If you guys have seen my review on these products, I don't like them, like the regular line, but I had gotten 2 of these for free. Well, a friend had gifted me one, and another friend had given me it because of the lavender, and I want to say, what was the first one that I got? The first one that I used, because I made a mixture of this to try and extensions to make sure this mix came out what I liked. It looked like this. The packaging looked like this. It looked gray. The inside looked like that. And it worked really well on my test strip. The second one that I got, if I can open it, I don't know if they changed it or what. The packaging looks like this, and the inside look. Now the numbers are exactly the same on it. It says the exact same numbers. The boxes say the exact same thing, but they look, you guys can tell, completely different. And when this one is put on a hair extension by itself, it actually tones it to be like a silvery gray. So I was like, okay, so I can use this in substitute of my Pravana, which I did. So I used this one, in substitute of my Pravana silver because I didn't have any, and dropping stuff because it's an Ashley video, and I always drop stuff in my videos. So I had used, if you watch that other video, I take the, if I can make words. So if you watch my video on how I make lavender hair dye, you will see that I simply take silver dye, and I mix it with a couple of drops of Pravana Vivids in, if it opens, because the top, violet. That bad boy. I have like 4 boxes of these. And what I do is, did I get it in my hand? Or on my face? Whatever. What I do is I take a big old container like this, and I put the whole bottle of silver and a couple of dots of the violet. And what it does is the silver dilutes the violet to make a lavender, but because it also has the silver in it, it clings to, because it has the silver in it, it clings to the hair really nicely, and I like the way it kind of gives my hair. It's not completely diluted by conditioner, but now, because of the ion, and the ion is really thick and goopy and a bitch to like spread on your hair, I dilute it with conditioner, and it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I just add a little bit more of the violet so it's still concentrated. So I fill this whole bad boy with conditioner. Like, that's how much is missing from this is what's in here. This is just a generic Tresemme moisture conditioner. I found that this is the best one to make hair dye with mixed hair dye, cut hair dye, however you want to say it. I put it in a big old jug like this, and I mixed a whole container of the ion as I drop stuff, because I constantly drop stuff. I mixed a whole container of the ion, and then I put a couple of drops of the violet, mixed it up, took a hair extension, put it on the hair extension. You can also do this with a paper towel. Saw if I liked the color or not, see if I need to be stronger, add a couple more drops of this. It's basically what you think is right. So, as I do it in this whole jug, this will probably last me about like four refreshes, roughly, about, and it's the color that I want it to be. I don't have to guess every single time. Put the top on the Tupperware container, put the top on the Tupperware container, put it in my bathroom, and it's there to go. So I ran that through my hair, and because I wanted it to be slightly ombre and the ends were darker, I just kind of like ran it through my hair, and I noticed that it was like toning the brassy roots that were still a little bit brassy, and yeah. With that, I had this with my hair. That's what it looked like. It was still, like you can see, it wasn't completely silver at the roots. It kind of was, but it wasn't like as silver or gray as I wanted it to be. And I wanted to wait, so I waited. And I wanted to see how it would look like when it was dry and like the next day and all that type of stuff. And yeah. So after I did that, I had waited a little while, and I had picked up this bad boy. Now, you guys are going to see this, and you're going to be like, that is a big thing to do every single time to maintain the color. But you don't have to do this every time. I wash my hair about twice a week, depending. In the summertime, I had to wash it 3 times a week, because the summertime, it's a lot. But in the winter, fall, I can get away with doing it twice a week. So if you miss it one time, it just looks like your hair is fading. But there's this really cool thing, which is completely awesome. And I'm going to tell you guys why you have to tone your hair beforehand. I'll show you in a second. So, it is this bad boy. And what this is, I wish that I knew about this before, because I was trying to achieve silver hair for a very long time. And this is the Rooks Fancy Full Temporary Hair Color Rinse, and this is in True Steel. They have one in Silver Lining. This is in True Steel, and I have it in this little spray bottle. And I had seen Samage, she's a very popular YouTube guru, use this in her video. In fact, I'm pretty sure she used this exact bottle, because I got my bottle at Sally's. And that's how she achieved her gray hair. And I seen it, and I was like, I need to try that. So, with trying it, I had tried it on hair extensions before I put it on my hair. I had noticed that it gave the hair a full kind of tone. It goes right over my purple, and it still just kind of meshes everything together and makes it look really kind of just cohesive. And I really like that. So what you have to do is you get out of the shower, you shower your hair just like you normally do, you get out, you towel dry it, and in the process of like putting in other things in your hair, like your oils and everything like that, before you do any of that, you spray this, or you can use a top, and you just kind of take it and you spritz it into your hair and rub it into your hair and run it through your hair, and it essentially is a temporary hair dye. That's what it looks like. The Silver Lining is more purple, but that is what it looks like. And it kind of stains your hands a little bit, but like, once you do one hand wash, it's completely fine. I just want to show you guys. It stains your hands very little, but once you wash your hands once, it's completely gone. And this will stain your hair until you wash it. And I've noticed with my hair extension, I let it soak in a little bit longer. Like, I kept it damp and I didn't blow dry it right away. And I actually stained it slightly longer. Not completely, but whatever. And what you do is you blow dry your hair like you normally do, style it, add styling products to it, and this is the result. Right here. And it's like this, you can't tell because the light is drowning it out, like bluish silver lavender color. And it goes right over the purple, and it just kind of makes everything cohesive. Because if you can see in this video, in this picture versus this picture, The roots are just a little bit kind of like not cohesive. And now onto the part, this video's gonna be forever, when I explain, where's the Wella toner? Now onto the part where I explain why I even tone my hair before using this. So I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions of, why do you even tone your hair if you're just gonna put the silver over it? Because I'm gonna show you. Remember the hair that I said my hair was mostly that color? Right there. I had done the spray, like I said, I test everything out on hair like this, leftovers from hair extensions I made, before I do anything, so I'm not sitting there testing my hair and kind of not getting shit right. And I took the hair extension, and I did it on just regular blonde hair. And though it's a pretty gray, it's not the gray I was looking for. So this is what it looks like, this fanciful True Steel on just blonde hair. You can see the two different colors. You guys can see. The light's probably drawing it out. We can see that's the ends. It's like a white silver. And then that's the blonde. So, if you guys can see, held up to my hair, that's like a pale blonde color, and this is like an actual true kind of silver. So, although this is really pretty, and I wouldn't really mind my hair being that color one day, that wasn't the color I was going for. So by toning it with the Wella and putting my little lavender mix over it, it gives the perfect kind of silvery blue color to it, and that's what I was going for. Also, if I didn't have time to put this in my hair, or if I just didn't feel like doing it, it was just an extra step, if I don't do it in my hair, I'm still left with my other hair, like the like grayish color fading to like the lavender. It's not gonna look like I have like dingy blonde hair that I forgot to put this stuff in. It still has a little bit of color to it. So if I don't feel like doing it, or if I just kind of, I want it to look like that way, it just looks like my hair faded a little bit. It's not going to be a dramatic difference, like, well, you're just using a colorant. But if you wanted to, and you want this very light, pale gray color, you just go blonde and put this stuff in your hair every single day. They say this has up to 15 uses in it. So if you wash your hair once or twice a week, you get a couple of months of uses out of it. And like I said, it's just like spraying, leaving conditioner in your hair, working it in, blow dry style like you normally do. I do my hair at night. I wash my hair at night. So it's not even like I have to get up early and do this to my hair. I do it at night. It's done. Whew. Okay. So that is it. That is how I achieved this hair color. And my video is like 20 minutes long. But that is how I achieved this hair color. Very long, very rambly. You don't have to do everything I said in this video. Like I said at the beginning, you can do different things. You can just do the lavender thing. You can just do the rinse. You can just do the toner. But all these steps together kind of is how I did this. And I don't have to do these steps every single time. When I refresh the color, I just put the lavender in. I don't have to tone it. When I bleach my roots, I am going to have to tone it. This is my backup. So when I do my roots, I am going to have to tone it. And yeah, so that is it. And if in case you guys are wondering, this took me about 2 hours to do to my hair. It wasn't crazy time consuming, but if you are going from black or brown to that, it's going to take longer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs it up if you do. Comment down below if you have any questions. I will try to answer them to the best of my possibility. And if I can't answer them to the best of my possibility, if you have any answers to anyone's questions, then answer them, because that's always helpful to people. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next video, and please look down below for all my social media stuff. Subscribe to me if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video.